Hi. Okay, an example of something I highly recommend of what not to do. When you are mounting your artwork and you have a mat board that's going to go over top of your artwork, and you have hinge mounted your art to the foam board, some people believe in putting all of this adhesive all the way around the artwork, and this is particularly very close to the artwork to keep the mat boards in place. Well, downfall to that is I have seen countless numbers of pieces that have fallen within a frame that the mounting failed. Certificates, diplomas, photos, you name it. I'm sure you have witnessed or seen a piece in a frame and the piece has shifted or demounted in the frame. Well, when that happens, your artwork is going to go into all of this adhesive. And if your artwork is worth any value, your piece can easily rip when you take it off the adhesive. Adhesive gets stuck to it. It could have fallen and got dimpled or bent, damaged in some way. So if it was worth value, you just devalued it because the mounting failed and it slipped into a whole bunch of adhesive. So highly suggest not using adhesive or tape when not necessary in the framing process. Artwork and adhesive, not a good match, not a good combo. If you absolutely feel the need to add adhesive to your board to keep your mats in place, only do it at the top. You don't need this much, and you don't need to put it so close to the artwork. The artwork is not going to shift up. Gravity is going to shift it down and to a side, depending on where, if one hinge fails or if both hinges fail, it'll fall depending on. But if you have adhesive all over, it is bound to go in it. If your piece isn't worth much money, maybe not as big of a deal. It's still just a really bummer situation when people have come in here and asked me to help fix or remount something that they had done and it demounted, and I have to say, hey, I'm so sorry, your piece fell into adhesive under it and it got ripped, or now this mark's on it, or whatever it may be. There have been cases where I have been able to pull it off the adhesive and there's no harm, no foul, but a simple thing to not do to avoid an uncomfortable situation, just don't do this. There's no need for all that adhesive. It's a lot. I hope this helps. I hope I'm giving some insight, some teaching you some things so you don't make mistakes. Or one other quick note, when you go to take it apart and you take off, if you need to take it apart and you need to get the mats off of this, when trying to wedge them up, you may start to rip the foam board trying to get the mats apart from this. If this continues to pull, you very well could rip the artwork and take it with it. You can see it was taped really well, so there was a risk of that. I'm patient with it and I go slow with it. Didn't have that problem, but that can also happen. I've seen that where it just ripped and pulled this underneath and then it ended up pulling this with it. So something to be careful about and something to think about. Hope this helps. Thanks so much.